Hey, what's up? Hashtag Salmon Squad. It's Trainer Craigo here, and because I don't have a lot of cards on me right now, we're going to be doing something different. We're going to be opening and rating these delicious Pokemon fruit snack gummies. Now, there should be... I brought 3 packs because, you know, there's 6 different flavors and 6 different shapes, and, you know, it should be easy to get all 6 with these 3 packs. But here's what we're going to do. We're going to rate them in a tier list, and the tier list breaks down into 2 things. Breaks down into flavor as well as easy to identify, like identifiability of the fruit snack. Now, there should be 6 different types. Like I said, there should be the base 3 starters, 2 Pikachus, and a Gengar. And theoretically, should be easy to tell with the colors alone, but I'm going to look into it a little bit more. So here we go with our first one. This is a pretty easy to tell that it's a Gengar. So I'm going to go with like this. We're going to have to hold off, but right now that's a high A. Yeah, Gengar is really easy to tell. So I would say Gengar would be a high A. Well, no, see that one. See, that's the thing. You could get some weird ones that you don't know what it is. So based on those, I'm going to go with high A for that. Now that's a really easy to tell that it's a Pikachu. So color is identifiable, which is good. But like you can actually tell and make out the details that this is a Pikachu. I would also put that high up. Now see this is where it starts to go downhill. Like this is another one of the Pikachus, but like, dude, are you kidding me? Come on. So we're gonna open all of these, sort them, and then I mean like, dude, what the hell? Like this is a Pikachu, but this is an F tier Pikachu. So we're gonna have to look at all the different types that we get. Now that is a Squirtle, but it's actually decently, it's not too hard to tell. So that's 4 of the different ones. And like that is another Squirtle, but you get no detail. So, you know, so far we have 4 of the types. We're missing a Charmander and another, oh my goodness. Okay, now that actually gets a little easier to tell. So that's the worst Pikachu we've seen, but it's not the worst. What, like this, like, bro is so squished, it's so hard to tell like what he is. If there was not color, I would say that I wouldn't know what that is. Now this is a disaster. This seems to be the Bulbasaur. Okay, I can kind of see its face right there. Yeah, that's pretty bad. So we're only missing Charmander. There's another Pikachu. And a very deformed Squirtle. And here's our first Charmander. Okay, you can kind of see there's its tail, arms, face. Yeah, this is, so now that we've gotten all of them, I'm going to, there's another Gengar. But like, can you really tell? No. So we will open the last pack, and I mean, if this is an orange, how are you going to tell that this is a Charmander? So the Charmanders are rough. Charmanders are rough to tell. We're going to open the last pack, sort them all out, and I think we're going to take the 3 best looking, if there's 3, to see identifiability. Okay. They make these things impossible to open too. Like, how am I supposed to cut into these without... I was a child. Like, these are hard to get into. Yeah, there's a Charmander. Rough day to be you, buddy. Another Charmander that's looking a little better. I mean, we'll just have to do an average, I guess. We'll just have to do an overview of all of them and see what we're dealing with here. A lot of Gengars in here, and Charmander's made some comebacks towards the end. So, I mean, that's what we're dealing with here. Now, I'm going to start with the Gengars because there's some really, like, S-tier Gengar. That's an S-tier Gengar. I mean, that's super easy to tell it's a Gengar. But then you got this. It's not the worst when it's pressed down because you can still see its face. But this guy just has no face. You can tell the shape, but no face. And then you get abominations like this. Oh, where'd that go? So I am going to put Gengar at a low A, simply because he has extremely identifiable ones like this, like S tiers. He has got a couple S tiers. I want to put him in low A for identifiability. Now Charmander. Oof. What are we doing here? I mean, I could not tell. None of these so far I could tell are a Charmander. Like, this is the only one I can... Oh my god, I can't even tell. Where's the one that I could kind of tell? Yeah, this, I'd say Charmander. You know, for identifiability, Charmander, I'm really sorry to do this to you, but you're going in F tier. I couldn't tell a single one of you was what you were. Now, the yellow Pikachu. Yellow Pikachu. This is the worst of the two, but it's still pretty easy to identify. That's Pikachu. And then here, you've got this very nice identifiable one. Now, it's not super identifiable compared to the Gengars, and there's only two, so it's a small sample size. So I'm going to put that in B tier for identifiability. Now, we've got some Squirtles. That's probably our best-looking Squirtle of the bunch. You know, this one just has no face or texture. And then you get some abominations like these two. Like, what are we doing here? What are these? You can't tell. I mean, that's got the tortoise shell, but that's about all you can tell. I'm going to drop these suckers down into D tier. Now, unfortunately, Bulbasaur, you know, you can see your face and you're cute. But actually, this one's not terrible, the shape-wise. See the face? You can see the little leaf. I mean, these are easier to identify than the Squirtles. Or no, harder to identify than the Squirtles, easier than the Charmander. So I think I put Squirtle in D tier. I'm going to have to bump that up. I'm going to bump that up to C. We'll do a little thing in post. But yeah, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to go A tier, B tier, C tier. These are greens are going in D tier, and then F tier for the Charmander. So there's a nice little Pikachu. Like, that's probably the most easy one to identify. And then we got some weird looking like Mickey Mouse abominations over here. I'm gonna have to drop this sucker down into, it's simplistic though, so you know it's the face, so I'm gonna have to drop that down into C tier as well with the Squirtles. So now it comes down to the taste test, and then we kind of do an average. So I'm gonna start with the Gengars, which we put in A tier, and I'm gonna eat some of these destroyed ones. So that flavor doesn't look like it tells you the flavors, at least on here. That was like a berry. I would be careful because I have a lot more of these to taste test than some of the others. It's like a berry. I'd say that's a solid B for right now. We'll come back to that to see if we need to change it. Let's go with the Pikachu because we had this in B tier for looks. It's not a lemon. You get like that's like a classic fruit snack taste. And for me, that is nostalgia. That's going in S tier. That's like a classic fruit snack taste. Now, the other Pikachu. It's good. Is it better than the Gengar? I'd say yes. So Gengar, we're looking at Gengar as an A tier, B tier. This is a B tier, S tier. And we've got a C tier, A tier. Now we're moving on to our F tier for looks. You know, it's orange. It probably going to be the worst of the bunch. Like, I can't say F tier because I'd still eat these fruit snacks. I'd eat these. So I'm gonna say D tier. So we got an F tier, D tier for you. Sorry, Charmander. You're my first pick for a Pokemon game, but not with the fruit snacks, buddy. You're last. Now we got the nice little Squirtle here. Swirl's got like a blue raz taste to it, but it's not super strong. I'd say I'd put it in a C tier. So we got a double C tier for this bad boy. And finally, the Bulbasaur. Now, green, you could get melon, you could get apple, you could get a lot of different flavors here. And it gives you like a more melony, gushery flavor, which I'm going to have to put in A. So we've got A tier, B tier for this bad boy. We've got B tier, S tier. So he currently is in the lead. We've got a C tier, A tier. Pretty good. F tier, D tier, the worst. C tier, C tier. And then I think I said this was like a C tier, or this was like a, yeah, C tier for D tier for identifiability, and an A tier for flavor. So I guess like the way that we order that would be yellow Pikachu's the best. Then we're gonna have to go with the Gengar as a strong second. In third place comes the red Pikachu. Fourth place would be the, I'd say, the Bulbasaur beats out the Squirtle. Then we've got Squirtle, and last, but definitely least, will be these Charmander gummies. So they're all great. I'll eat all of them, and I will finish the rest of these here. But there is a detailed breakdown tier list of what the best Pokemon gummy is. And surprise, surprise, it is the mascot. How can you go wrong? So thank you guys so much for watching. I'll have some more videos for you soon. Some Stellar Crown, some other stuff coming out. But I'll see you in the next video.